With Angel Has Fallen opening at #1 at the box office, with a more than expected take of $21 million over the weekend, Lionsgate are sitting in their corporate offices very happy with themselves. And audiences are wondering if this truly is the end of Gerard Butler's acclaimed Fallen trilogy. As a matter of fact, I heard they're talking about making a fourth movie, and I even have a sneak peek.
Oh! I've been fallen!
There's been an assassination attempt on the president.
Mike Banning, you're being charged with the attempted murder of the President of the United States.
The president's top guardian angel has fallen.
Can't you see that I'm being set up?
First, Olympus fell. Then, London fell. Now, the angel himself has fallen. Gerard Butler has come down from the depths of heaven and is now trying to save the world before it catastrophically implodes upon itself. That's right, we're talking about Machine Gun Preacher. Now I gotta watch this. Angel Has Fallen is the surprisingly third entry in this Fallen trilogy, as it is so claimed to be called by Wikipedia. When I saw Olympus Has Fallen back in 2013, I, much like everyone else, expected it to be just a one-and-done action thriller, Die Hard in the White House kind of movie. And then I was kind of surprised that in 2016 we got a sequel to the movie called London Has Fallen. And I was like, okay, maybe they're trying to make Gerard Butler an action hero and have his own franchise, because if that's the case, I'm kind of on board. I'll go along for the ride. I'll see how that is. So then that movie came out. That movie turned a tidy little profit, but it got really, really bad reviews from the critics. So I thought, okay, we have Olympus, we have London, now we're done, right? Nope. Now we have Angel Has Fallen, which is as I said, the third installment in the Has Fallen franchise. And these movies will never be in a box set together. The first movie is owned by Sony, the second one is owned by Universal, and the third one is owned by Lionsgate. So the rights keep falling. Excuse me. This is just a really unexpected franchise. But thankfully, this is the Gerard Butler action franchise that we're getting, and it's not a franchise based off of a really, really bad, mediocre movie like Hunter Killer, or basically debriefing the movie. It's just 2 hours of people standing around going, hey, we're going to do this. And then you go on to the next scene. Hey, why didn't you tell me we were doing this? Well, I thought you knew. Well, I'm angry. Grr. And then you cut to Common in the corner, and he goes, I'm Common. That's the whole movie. So, Angel Has Fallen. Aaron Eckhart is not in it anymore. He is not the president. He's not even mentioned, which is kind of weird, because he was really the focal point of the first two movies. And now Alan Trumbull, who is Morgan Freeman's character, is president. Him and Mike Banning are on a fishing trip, and he goes, I'm going to appoint you deputy director for the whole Secret Service. And he goes, well, thank you, but I just need time to think about it a little bit. So he goes off on his little speedboat, and all of a sudden there's a big drone attack. So he turns around, he goes to save the president, and him and the president wind up in the hospital. Through a bunch of crossed wires, it is found out that Mike may or may not have orchestrated the attack in order to try and assassinate the president through jealousy tactics or what have you. So the whole movie is basically The Fugitive, but instead of Harrison Ford, it is Gerard Butler. Like The Fugitive, it is a lot of fun. I would say The Fugitive is the definitely better movie, but it's it's still a lot of fun. Angel Has Fallen is a solid 2 hours of just mindless popcorn action fun. A lot of people have said that while they didn't really care for it, it was a lot better than the first two movies. I think because the first two movies had a little bit more of a political mindset behind them, which, I mean, I guess a lot of people really don't like politics in their movies, and a lot of people do. As long as it's done well, I don't care. So, that's the whole movie is just basically, it's a chase movie. It's Gerard Butler on the run, and he's got to help clear his name. As I said, the fugitive. It's really fun. I had a lot of fun with it personally. I really don't have too much to say. A lot of the action in the movie is really good. Some of it near the end gets a little too chaotic, and what I mean by that is that the camera is shaking so much that you kind of become a little fatigued by it. You don't know who to pay attention to, who's where, what's what, this, that, and the other. So that does become a bit of an issue. Piper Perabo is in this movie. She replaces Radha Mitchell from the first two movies. And it is a little bit glaring at first because she comes on screen and I was like, oh, well, that's weird. She wasn't in the first two movies. And she looks at Gerard Butler and goes, hi, honey. I'm like, oh, well, that role was recast. I don't know why Radha Mitchell didn't want to be in the... either it was scheduling difficulties or she was just like, no, we've already fallen enough. I'm not getting back up. So... but she does a good job. Gerard Butler is his normal, charming self. I really like Gerard Butler. I hear they're going to do a sequel to Den of Thieves, which Den of Thieves was really, really good. So I hope that if they do a sequel and he's in it, that it's just as good as the first one. Nick Nolte is in this movie. This isn't a spoiler because you see it in the trailer. He plays Mike Banning's dad. Nick Nolte is a good actor. I have nothing against him, but his voice has become so gravelly that it amazes me that it doesn't hurt him to talk. It's just, throughout the whole movie when he's in it, you get Gerard Butler who's doing, like, a lot of the talking. Dad, you need to help me out. I'm on the run, And then it cuts to him and he goes, well, did you do it? Because, son, if you did it or didn't do it, it's just, it sounds like it's really straining him to talk. And a lot of people were like, well, he wasn't always like that. And I just recently watched the 48 Hours movies, and he has always been like that. A lot more so now than in the past, but he's always been like that, so I don't know where they're getting that from. It's just a fun popcorn movie. Anybody who's taking it really other than that is kind of missing the point. So my final grade for Angel Has Fallen is 3.5 stars out of 4. That is a thumbs up. Have you seen Angel Has Fallen? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Agree or disagree? Either way, let me know down below. I would love to talk with you guys about it if you have seen it. That's it. Stay tuned for my next review.
Listen to me. We're gonna make a move. Now people are gonna fall. But not you.